Hi students, welcome back to the channel. This is Ankita Sood and we have started a new lecture series on cascading style sheets. So in this lecture series, we will cover the most important and most expected questions on cascading style sheets, and these questions will help you qualify your job interview, score good marks in a college and university level examination, as well as if you all are preparing for any competitive examination, these questions will help you score good marks in short period of time. So this is our first lecture, so we will start with the basic questions only. So I will share with you total 10 questions, where along with these questions I will share answers and detailed explanation with you, so that all your concepts will be cleared in this short period of time. So let's start with the first question. Which of the following tag is used to embed CSS in HTML page? So students, if you have one HTML page and you want to add CSS properties, you want to add CSS properties to this particular page, then what tag you should use is asked in this question. So options are CSS, doc type HTML, script या फिर style. So we have used this tag so many times, almost in every video. That is, correct answer is option number D, style tag. We have discussed, let's say whenever we write any HTML code, HTML head, then we write title, write anything here, close the title tag and close your head section. So before closing the head section, you should write the style tag, write any CSS properties that you want to apply in your program, and close the style tag. Okay, so this is how you write the style tag, and it is basically helps a coder to embed cascading style sheet in HTML page. If we talk about script tag, so if you want to use JavaScript in your HTML, if you want to embed JavaScript in your HTML page, then you should write script tag, and doc type HTML is nothing but it is the HTML5 declaration. This particular statements tells everybody that we have used HTML5 in the particular website. Okay. Next we have is, which of the following is the correct syntax for referring the external style sheet? So in question number 1, we have discussed about the internal cascading style sheet. That is the, if we want to embed CSS in HTML. This means what? In the HTML page, we only write CSS here. Okay. And in this question, they have asked about the external style sheet. We have discussed this so many times with real life examples and practical approach also I have shared with you. Okay, so for external style sheet, you should always use link relation style sheet, type text CSS href example.css. Her example.css is nothing but it is the external cascading style sheet file name. Okay, so correct answer is option number D. So here in external style sheet, we have two sheets. We have to make two pages. First is, let's say, abc.html, and another is, let's say, example.css. If you want to use, you should write this particular statement under your head section. Okay, we have discussed everything in detail, and students, if you forgot to watch previous lectures, you can check the description box. I have added link there. You will get more than 30 videos on cascading style sheets. Okay. Next question is, the property in CSS used to change the background color of an element is. So in your HTML page, let's say background is white. Now, if you want to change the background like brown, red, any color you want, what CSS property will you use? So correct answer is background color. So you can write it as, let's say, I have H1 background color कोलन रेड सेमीकोलन। ओके, सो जहां जहां पर आपने H1 को यूज किया है वहां पर आपका बैकग्राउंड कलर रेड हो जाएगा। जैसे यहाँ पर है बैकग्राउंड कलर ब्राउन है, इफ यू विल राइट ब्राउन, इफ यू राइट ब्राउन हियर यू विल गेट ब्राउन कलर हियर, लाइक दिस। ओके, color tag is used to change the text color. Okay, change the text color. Here by default the background color is brown and text color is white. If you write it as red, so it will change the background color, and if you write color colon white, then it will change the color white. Okay, you can write black, red, any color over here. So color properties also we have discussed earlier, so you can see the description here. Next is the property in CSS used to change the text color of an element is. So here we have color property. Next is the color red. So this is how you can write the color property. The color red in CSS can be known as, so if you write color red, if you write background color red, if you write anything like this, what is this known as? So it is known as the declaration. Okay, next question is, which of the following CSS selectors are used to specify a group of elements? So we have CSS selectors like ID selector, we have class selectors, etc. So here they have mentioned a particular point. If you want to use CSS selector, that is used to specify a group of elements. So whenever a user want to select the group of elements like H1, H2, H3, so many elements you want to group, then you should use the class element. Let's say if I have one HTML element, H2 element, H3 element, I want all these three elements in red color and yellow background. Okay, red color and yellow background, so I can use the class selector. Okay, practical approach we have discussed earlier. Next is, which of the following CSS framework is used to create responsive design? So responsive design means what? When, let's say, when a user click on that particular screen, when user want to click on that particular form or folder, और आपको कोई एक रिजल्ट आए, रिस्पॉन्सिव होगी, ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी वेबसाइट में सिर्फ हम देख रहे हैं चीजों को। कई वेबसाइट्स ऐसी होती हैं जहां पर हम देखने के साथ साथ क्लिक करें तो हमें और इंफॉर्मेशन मिल सकती है, स्क्रॉल करें तो और इंफॉर्मेशन मिल सकती है। सो कभी भी आपके HTML या CSS को रिस्पॉन्सिव बनाना हो तो वहां पर हम यूज करते हैं बूटस्ट्रैप। So Bootstrap is nothing but it is a free and open source collection of tools for creating websites and web applications. It contains HTML and CSS based design templates for typography, forms, buttons, navigation, and other interface components, as well as optional JavaScript extensions. It aims to ease the development of dynamic website and web application. So whenever you all students want to develop a dynamic website or application, you can use the Bootstrap here. Okay, so students, as we have discussed everything about HTML and CSS in detail, so I hope it becomes easier after watching the sessions to create your own project for college, right? And if you are not able to create, if you don't have time, if you don't have interest in creating any of your HTML project, then you can comment below. Our team will definitely help you making your college project. Next is, which of the following CSS selector is used to specify a rule to bind a particular unique element? So whenever we talk about unique element, that means we are talking about ID only. So correct answer is ID selector. Okay, so when we talk about collection of different elements, then class element. When we talk about unique element, then use CSS ID selector. Next question is, the HTML attribute used to define inline style is. So we have basically three types of CSS. First is external. Okay, for external we need to create two pages. One is .css and one is .html. We have discussed to link these, we can use the link tag, link reference tag. Okay, another we have is internal CSS, where in the html.html page we just embed the CSS code here by using the style tag. And third type we have is inline tag, where we can use CSS properties to that particular tag or particular line only. Let's say in my HTML project I have used h1 tag 4 times. Okay, I want only this h1 in red color, only this h1 with background color black. So I can use inline style to this particular element only. And for this, what you need to write, you need to give it a style tag. Let's say h1 style is equals to like this. Okay, so here you can check the explanation also. Last question for today is, which of the following CSS property is used to set the background image of an element? So we have talked about background color. So for background color, you always use background color property, and similarly for background image, you need to write the background image. If we talk about CSS, okay, here if we talk about HTML, so this is homework question for you. If you want, if you want to use background image just by using HTML, here I'm not talking about CSS, just by using HTML, then what syntax you should write? Tell me in comment section. If you don't know the answer, you can also tell me. I will reply you there. Okay, so I hope this session is helpful for you. So thank you